Welcome to the English Literature class. Today we are going to do the lesson My Greatest Olympic Prize. My Greatest Olympic Prize is an inspiring story from the life of Jesse Owens, but it is not merely about Jesse, rather, it is about his friendship with his rival Les Long, the athlete who helped him calm down and qualify for the broad jump finals at the 1936 Olympic Games in Berlin. Jesse Owens won 4 gold medals at the Olympics. His record stood unbeaten for 48 years. He was hailed as the greatest track and field athlete in history. This story is an illustration of true sportsman spirit and friendship. Competitions are not just about winning but about participating with a positive spirit. The story begins with the Summer Olympic Games in 1936. This Olympic Games was held in Berlin. It was the summer of 1936. The Olympic Games were being held in Berlin. Because Hitler childishly insisted that his performers were members of a master race, nationalistic feelings were at an all-time high. Jesse Owen focuses on a number of points in this paragraph. He uses the word childishly for Hitler. This shows a particular contempt of Hitler that Jesse Owens had in his mind. It also gives you a glimpse of what the world outside Germany thought of Hitler, who himself thought that he was a supreme leader of the Germans. Hitler believed that Germans were superior to others in the world, and that is what caused an anguish or anger among the people from other countries in the world. And this led to nationalistic feelings were at an all-time high, which means that the people of Germany took great pride in being German, and being so-called master race means people or nations as Germans during the Nazi period, whose members genetically superior to all others and therefore justified in conquering and ruling them. So this first paragraph sets the tone for what is going to happen over the next 3 pages. I wasn't too worried about all this. I had trained, sweated, and disciplined myself for 6 years with the games in mind. So, this is very important because it shows what kind of a disciplined and a hardworking athlete Jesse Owens was. He says that he had trained, he sweated, and disciplined for 6 years. That is, he had only one aim in his mind. He wanted to peak at the Berlin Olympics in 1936. While I was going over on the boat, all I could think about was taking home one or two of those gold medals. I had my eye especially on the running broad jump. A year before, as a sophomore at Ohio State University, I had set the world's record of 26 feet 8 and quarter inches. Everyone kind of expected me to win that Olympic event hands down. So, here Jesse, who was traveling on a boat, and all through his journey, he was thinking about the gold medals that he is going to take away back home. He had his eyes set on the running broad jump. Broad jump means long jump. A year ago, as a sophomore is a second year degree student. So he was a second year student at Ohio State University. He set a world record of 26 feet 8 and quarter inches. So, if Jesse Owens had set a world record in 1935, everyone obviously assumed that Jesse Owens would go on to win the Olympics medal for the following year in Berlin. That is, everyone kind of expected me to win that Olympics event hands down. Event hands down means without any effort, or he can easily win the gold medal in this Olympics. So the first 2 paragraphs gives us a glimpse of what Jesse Owens and the world by extension thought of Adolf Hitler. It also gives you a sense of what kind of athlete Jesse Owens was, and also about the world record he had set. I was in for a surprise when the time came for the broad jump trials. I was startled to see a tall boy hitting the pit at almost 26 feet on his practice leaps. He turned out to be a German named Laszlo. I was told that Hitler had kept him under wraps, evidently hoping to win the jump with him. In this paragraph, we are introduced to the second important character of the story. Jesse Owens was surprised because at the practice leaps means to jump. He says he saw a tall boy, which means here it means he was taller than Jesse Owens, hitting the pit almost 26 feet, which means that he was just 8.25 inches shorter, that is less than the world record that Jesse Owens had set in 1935. This is very important because even during his practice leap, he had set a particular jump or hit a particular score, but when they are actual event, by the cheer of the people, they will do better than what they did at the practice leap. Jesse Owens understood that this boy could actually beat him in the actual Olympic event, and he sensed the threat from the boy Laszlo, whom Hitler had kept under wraps, which means he was not exposed to the world, unlike Jesse Owens, who had made the world record the previous year. Everyone knew about Jesse Owens. Everyone was keeping an eye on him. No one actually knew about Laszlo, so there was a surprise element with Laszlo in this Olympic game. I guessed that if Long won, it would add some more new support to Nazis' Aryan superiority theory. After all, I am a Negro. A little hot under the collar about Hitler's ways, I determined to go out there and really show Der Führer and his master race who was superior and who wasn't. So if Laszlo won the gold medal, then it would add or it would support the Nazis' Aryan superiority theory. That is, the Germans are superior to all other participants in the Olympic Games. Here the Germans are considered as a superior race among other races. Since Jesse Owens was a Negro or an Afro-American, he was a little hot under the collar. A little hot under the collar means very angry about Hitler's ways and ideas. He was determined to take part and show Der Führer. Der Führer means the title of Adolf Hitler, who was superior and who wasn't. That is, Jesse Owens wanted to show whether Hitler's assessment about his athletes were right or wrong. Thank you.